I'm Debra Band. Here on the east coast of the U.S., we've had an amazing number of thunderstorms all season long. Yet, even during the storms and in the brief glimpses of sunlight in between, it's hard not to feel nature singing, or shouting frequently, God's praises, whether in the lightning flashes or in the bird song and the breeze and the beautiful blossoms that suddenly burst in my garden after the rain. The medieval Jewish classic Barak Chapter of Song, captures this life-giving song. Its composer put short biblical praises of God from across the Hebrew Bible into the mouths of stars and beetles and lightning and horses, all kinds of wonders of the natural world. And I've celebrated the birth of my first grandchild by creating this luscious picture book, organized according to the Hebrew alphabet, the Aleph-Bet, that adapts Barak into a celebration of the environment and its creator for children of all ages. In All the World Praises You, honeybees for my name and dahlias for my granddaughter lead you on a wild ride through our precious environment, replete with non-denominational spiritual joy and environmental ethics. Let me share with you just a little bit of this celebration of nature. The lightning says he makes clouds rise from the ends of the earth. He makes lightning for the rain. He lets the wind out from his storehouses. Now, the composer of Barak reminds us here that God is so powerful that God controls the earth's climate. God makes water vapor rise from the earth to make clouds, makes the thunder and lightning that often happens during rainstorms, and makes the wind blow through the sky. The composer of the psalm from which this verse is taken was probably one of the Levites who worked in the temple in Jerusalem. The idea that Israel's God can control something as huge as the climate is one of several examples of God's unfathomable power in this psalm, along with the power to control the heavens, the earth, and the sea, the power to cause the 10 plagues, and the power to conquer the Canaanite kings so that Israel could return to the land that God had promised Jacob's children after bringing us out of slavery. And in the painting, I show the Hebrew and English words of the verses riding the winds of a thunderstorm. Silver lightning sparks across the sky, and rain streaks down to the forest below. Above the clouds, though, all is calm. The sun glints through a break in the clouds, the sky is blue, and you can see a glimpse of the distant heavens above, based on the same Hubble photograph that you may have seen in the Aleph painting, symbolizing, in my work, God's all-suffusing presence in the world. The verse and painting tell us that only God has the power to create a world with such dramatic weather, and that this is the same God who brought our whole universe into being. And can you find the honeybee and the dahlia here? They're pretty small. You may want to pause the video to look for a second. The poetry and the painting lead us to think about our relationship with God and how we relate to the natural world in both our mundane, daily, and our spiritual lives. So, for instance, think about other biblical texts about God's power to control the weather, in particular storms. For instance, think of Psalm 29, which in Jewish tradition we sing as we're accompanying the Torah scrolls back to the Ark. Or think of the second paragraph of the Shema. Look that up. Another great one is the Song of Debra in the book of Judges. Now that we have modern science, we have direct physical explanations for weather, including thunderstorms. But as Jews, we also understand that God set in motion and continues to care for all the universe with all the laws of nature. As part of God's empowerment of Adam on the 6th day, look at the latter part of the first chapter of Genesis, and especially the covenant with God begun by Abraham, we understand that it's our responsibility to care for ourselves and all creation as part of our devotion to God. So can you find a common idea about our relationship to God and to nature embedded in these texts? You'll find this painting and more information on All the World Praises You on its webpage, along with materials geared for younger and older students and adults. rich discussions of the painting's meaning, the letter itself, explorations in environmental science, and even links to citizen science programs. These are total fun. This is all available in the Diving Deeper enrichment materials for All the World Praises You, again on the website as you see. Have fun.